The market leaders in technology platforms, the Googles or Facebooks of the world, and internet service providers like Verizon or Comcast are on starkly different trajectories. But they have one major problem in common: a huge centralized infrastructure that is cripplingly expensive to upgrade. For the platforms where we engage with social media and other content, the problem is solvable. For the ISPs, the future is dim. Let's start by looking at platform companies like Facebook. They make money from the real-time flow of data between consumers and advertisers at the largest volume possible. When more people connect, more data flows, and Facebook makes more money. But there's trouble in platform paradise. Facebook may have the greatest content in the world, but it still has trouble reaching the 5+ billion people who aren't already on board. What's their problem? It's limited access to data. To some, it may be difficult to imagine, but most of the world's population subsist on capped data plans or no internet access at all. The problem is worse among low and middle income populations, which is to say, the vast majority of people in the world. While Facebook has plenty to offer, there's not yet enough connectivity to make it a useful or engaging tool for a sizable number of people. What's a dominant platform player to do? Well, in Facebook's case, it's testing out multiple technologies to drive user growth. Facebook has quietly become one of the world's largest consumers of fiber as it builds out a new private network to connect its existing and future infrastructure with legacy cell towers. Facebook and its fellow tech giants are also experimenting with network expanding tools like licensed spectrum, satellite, and even airborne objects like balloons and drones. These experiments might promote incremental growth of the platforms, but they're immensely expensive, and they divert strategic focus and resources from content to infrastructure. Things are worse for the larger ISPs that carry most of the platform's data, especially in the US. They are saddled with aging, centralized infrastructure, slow revenue growth, and huge debt overhangs that stymie any plans to modernize. Let's look at Verizon's numbers. Close to $126 billion in revenue doesn't look too bad, until you realize they're $117 billion in debt, and with only a 7% growth rate, they don't have the money to invest to modernize. And Verizon's plight is typical. Their vans rack up millions of miles to service an aging network with more than 200,000 legacy switching devices and an uncountable number of circuits. This aging infrastructure is dragging Verizon down, and it's far from the only ISP facing this kind of demise. ISPs and cellular companies are both looking to 5G to answer its prayers for salvation. By some estimates, Verizon's 5G build-out will take 10 years and billions of dollars. Does anybody have a better way forward? Omnimesh and its partners do. The Omnimesh solution, a decentralized, consumer-owned last-mile and content delivery network, solves the platform company's infrastructure problem. It obsoletes costly infrastructure and the droves of vans. It works where centralized networks do not, puts the internet in everyone's hands, and frees up disposable income for the middle class. Income that those platform companies will be more than happy to help people spend.